Welcome, Lucy and Nery, to Dumb Bitch HQ.
Hey guys, look what I can do!
You dumb bitch.
Call an ambulance.
La 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 la. Hi, it's me, Lucy-Furr, here on the You Dumb Bitch podcast. And with me is Nery.
Hello.
Hello. And with us is the producer.
Hi!
And we have another guest today. Today we have singer, songwriter, recording artist, band member. She hasn't met an instrument she can't play. Welcome, Ali!
Oh, crap. This is the first thing I have to say. I hope I don't mess it up. Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. A little bit underslept, but that comes with the territory.
That's fair. It's fair. It's a hard world out there.
Oh, yeah.
So people may have heard of Ali on previous episodes. I talked about recording Summoned with, who helped me put it all together, the brains behind the outfit. Yeah. So she's here to answer some of mine and Nery's burning questions and to tell us some dumb shenanigans she gets up to, because like everyone else I drag onto this podcast, I know she's a complete dum-dum.
Yeah.
And also, in our show notes descriptions, we always have your stuff linked. So
yeah, thank you.
Whenever anyone wants to see it, they click on there.
I'm so glad I have links.
She's basically famous.
Only in some regions of Hong Kong.
Hey, $1's $1. We
Yeah,
all done
yeah.
more for less.
No, that's exactly right. Yeah.
So, welcome to Dumb Bitch HQ.
Thank you. Thank you. It's nice here.
Yes, it's very lovely, very nice.
It's because you haven't seen the under levels.
Yeah.
Once you see the under levels, it's no longer
That's
nice.
where we hide the bodies.
The
Anyway,
basement, so, I mean, the fertilization, no.
What?
Well, no.
That's where you fertilize the bodies. I mean,
Yeah,
the
like-
plants.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Fertilization
Yeah,
station.
compost, that's the one.
Composting.
Composting.
That's the word I was
I thought it
after.
smelled like rotting corpse down there, but I was like, nah, it couldn't
No,
be.
it's those special flowers.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, they eat bugs.
Yeah.
That's where our
dead
past guests
body.
go. Not our
It's-
present guests, but our past
Yeah.
guests.
Yeah, I figured, you know, like you get them in here and then they kind of just go down the chute. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Like a-
laundry.
Laundry
Yeah, laundry
shoots are
shoots.
so fun.
I know, they're so silly. Like what, like in America, like they
I love
have
that they're called
those.
dumb waiters.
Is
No,
dumb waiters are
that's
the
like-
little
that's
bit-
a-
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And something I love about horror movies or like any horror show is somebody has to get dumped down a chute and it's like, oh, well, this person, they need the chute to exist for the premise to work. And it's
Yeah.
like this whole horror movie would not even exist if it wasn't for the laundry chute, which I'm pretty sure went out of vogue like 30 years ago.
Yeah, I don't think anyone.
So it's like, oh yes, this new modern millennial beige house has a fucking laundry chute. Like,
I wonder, I'd love to know the statistics of death. Like, how many real people have actually died?
it must have happened.
Like, a lot. Children, especially.
Oh
Sure.
yeah, it's like children's sized.
They got a hide in there and
Baby size? You're like, oh, this one pipped itself.
Yeah.
Get another one.
Oh god, you need like a you must be this short to ride fucking thing next to the chute. Like,
please keep your arms and legs inside the chute at
See,
all times.
and then
yeah, exactly.
there's people like me who would be like, I could do it. It'd be like a slide. But it'd probably just be a straight ass drop.
Have you ever?
Oh, for
yeah,
sure.
you know that thing at Questacon that you'd fall down.
Oh, like
yeah.
the
Nery did that.
There's a big
the
ramp.
static.
Yeah.
Big ramp. Yeah.
You gotta hold on. And they're like, hold on. You're like, I don't know if I can. And then
Ah.
let go. It's like,
First fun fact that's just come to me just now. Did you know Questacon had the first in Australia? Do you know that van they had that you get inside and it's a little, it has a screen and it moves and it acts like you're in a spaceship?
No?
Well, they have one of those at Questacon, right? I'm not sure they still do because I went there in like 2006. But the first one in Australia ever was at Nery Fair.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Because
Okay.
Nery had like an economic boom in the 80s and it all seemed like it was going up. And everyone's like, yeah, there's not just going to be fast food here in 30 years.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so they...
We only have 56 McDonald's. It's fine.
57. Come on.
57.
We got an Algena now, though. That's pretty cool.
That's fun.
But in Nery fashion, they fucked it up.
Oh,
The first... Well, they opened early and then we went there early and they just like forgot our chips. No, like the whole place was pandemonium. It was so packed. And like everyone was just like, oh, fuck, the chicken. Like it was the most stressful shit I've ever seen.
We
I
drove
would-
past there like 2, 3, 4 days ago, and I was like, is this open? Because there were people there.
Yeah.
And I was like, I haven't heard anything. And yeah, it was fully open.
Yeah, they did like a trial few days open before their official open day, I guess, to iron out the kinks. I think they just wanted to get it fucking open because I wanted Taco Bell so bad.
Yeah, I'm so annoyed that a Taco Bell's not going to be there.
Yeah, but El Geno's pretty good. They have the best gravy I've ever had.
Really?
If you like mushroom gravy, it's like a creamy mushroom gravy. It's so fucking good.
Okay,
But
try that out.
the alternative was tacos.
I know.
Tacos can absolutely get me pregnant.
Yeah, I know. Well, look, at least we've got a reason to go to Albion Park now.
I know.
Yeah.
But I read a thing that Taco Bell's closing down.
What? Like in Australia? Or,
That happened forever ago, and then we got the one in Albion Park. Because Taco Bells, there used to be heaps of them.
yeah, they couldn't compete with like, Australia's thriving taco scene. So.
Anyway, let's skip that. Let's get to some questions, and then we'll get some stories from you.
Okay.
Right, just to get you warmed up.
Yep.
How long have you been in the music industry for?
I mean, define the industry. I've been playing music since I could say officially at 13. That's when I got 14, I got my first guitar and amp. But I, have been seen playing drums at the mere age of 3 years of age.
Aww.
And I always had a little keyboard that I'd dick around on and play that Wake Me Up Before You Go demo button. Does the best shit ever. I wish I still had that keyboard, actually. I had 100 sounds and they were all banging.
Banging. You
Pretty
just
fun.
need the sound bites of all of them.
Yeah, exactly. It had like an ambulance beep, 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 beep. Shit. It's so good.
You'd probably find it on eBay, but it'd be like
Yeah, it'd be
$1,000 or
upwards of a
something.
few $100s now. Yeah, exactly. But I've been in the industry. I guess by industry, I mean I've been getting paid to do gigs and junk like that since I was 15. So it would have been starting in 2009.
Wow.
fair.
And then I dicked around in punk bands with high school friends and did all that crap. And we were all traumatized kids just trying to get through it.
Aren't we all?
And then I largely walked away from live music for ages to work on my own stuff, to get good and, just figure out what I wanted to do. Then I've been back for probably 4 years now. I was in a band called Aussies for a bit, and then we stopped gigging because of COVID, and now we're secretly coming back. But I'm not going to mention the new name or anything. But I'm still jamming with those guys because they're really solid guys and good friends, genuine people.
Yeah,
So,
watch her space.
yeah, watch my space. I'm holding space for my space right now.
I love that.
Yeah.
So besides the keyboard with the 1,000 sounds, what was the first instrument that you really took hold of or took hold
Drums was the one I took hold of because I'd bang on the desk as kids, although that could be the ADHD. But my dad's a guitarist, so he forced guitar onto me, and I was like, oh, well, Billy Joe plays it. And he's like, no, I want you to play the blues. So I learned that. But I played guitar first, really, yeah. And then I played drums because my dad wouldn't let me have a drum kit because it's too loud, but then I got one for $50 and just brought it home. And he's like, all right, then.
Yeah, I did that with a dog. I said I wasn't allowed to have a dog, so I just got one from the pound and brought it home.
I hope he didn't hit it as hard as he hit my drums.
No, he didn't. He hit me. No, I'm just kidding. It was a good dog.
The dad or the dog? Both.
Together at the
All
same
of
time.
all of the above.
I love dogs. Me and my girlfriend got a Chihuahua, and he's
A
just
chihuahua.
a Chihuahua. He's a
Chihuahua.
Chiweenie. He's cross. Yeah, so he's cross dachshund, but he's not full half. He's a quarter.
You have to show me pictures of
Well,
this.
We will. Yeah.
Nery and the
Obsessed.
producer
Yeah.
are famous for their wieners, and they upload it online all the time.
I took a
I
picture of my
think
wiener once.
You should
Huh?
give people some warnings before you just whip a wiener out and send them to them.
Listen.
Unsolicited wiener pics? Stop it.
I haven't done a focused wiener pick since testosterone was a thing in my meta. So
They're all out of focus.
yeah, and they're badly lit, and it's an upwards angle. It's Buzz Lightyear kind of shit.
Dick pics are out. AI generated dick pics are in.
Ah,
Just,
yeah.
make it big.
Ah,
Like Moby.
what they
The
Photoshop
artist?
Moby's head into a dick?
Yeah.
Oh wait, not Photoshop AI. Sorry, we don't do it manually anymore.
Yeah, no.
Wait, what?
The Moby, the big fat dick. special guest.
Oh, is that its name?
Do you mean
Yeah.
Moby Dick or do you mean Moby the...
I mean, Moby the dildo we have.
Listen,
Oh!
Lucy
oh
was
my
talking about
fucking
Moby the
God.
dildo, and Ali was talking about Moby as in from
Eminem said his name once.
Yeah.
You can get some of my Moby.
Moby's the techno artist.
What is he
Or used to
called?
be.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
The techno guy. Yeah, he's bald and he has glasses.
And he looks like a dick.
Yeah, that's what I was implying.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I guess the next question that makes the most linear sense would be, what's your favorite instrument or genre? Genre.
Okay, favorite instrument is definitely drums because there's just like an ADHD kid inside of me that wants to fucking expel energy.
Sure.
And I'm pretty passionate about drums. I'm notoriously a c- to work with because I can't find a drummer that I like. I've got one now. Shout out to KV. He's fucking great.
Nice.
Took me 15 years to find a drummer that wasn't addicted to speed.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Fair.
And
It's the nice way I'm putting it too.
That's fair.
and that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Drummers and speed.
Drummers and speed or sucking. It's one or the other. Drummers are hard to find. That's why you'll meet a drummer and they're in 6 bands.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew a blues drummer like that once. He was
What's
in, like-
that?
I knew a blues drummer like that.
Yeah, I started off.
a
I
million years
was
ago.
always a punk drummer though.
That's fair.
Yeah, like because I wanted to play fast and I listened to The Offspring and crap from the 90s,
Hell yeah.
which isn't very punk, but I was a teenager and I like their old stuff.
Yeah.
Which
Old
was
stuff
kind
is
of punk.
good. They're Americana. Is it Americana?
Americana's great.
What
Yeah.
an album.
Yeah, everything Americana and before was fantastic.
Yeah.
Album after that was okay, and then they kind of just went like full on like, well, we're resting on our laurels now, and we're just going to make the same album every year.
That's a lot of punk bands from like the 90s. And
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Like, yeah, a lot of them do that.
They get worse at their instruments and their voices die from like singing wrong in tour, and then
Yeah.
they're like, well, now we have a great producer and you can fucking hear it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Favorite genre? Shit. That's a hard one because, you know, punk rock's always going to hold a special place for me.
For sure.
Yeah.
But then I went out into the world and met punks, and it's not that great. So I mean, I like anything with a DIY ethos, but I don't know. I don't have a favorite genre. I'm genre fluid.
Nice.
Fair genre
Yeah.
fluid, I love.
Yeah, polyamorous. Holy
Yeah.
shit, I love that. Yeah.
I listen to like basically anything.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can get freaky sometimes as well.
Chattahoochees, man. Ugh,
Oh, hell yeah.
so good.
What got you into music? Like, is it a specific song, a specific? You think your dad was a guitarist, so I guess that has.
Yeah,
lot to do
dad
with
was a guitarist, and I grew up in a trap house. Like, before we moved to the suburbs, my parents had a farm where they, hosted fucking everybody, and it was like my dad in a live band. So
Oh,
they'd just
cool.
work all week
Nice.
and
Jam
fucking
all
have
week.
jams on the weekends, and there was a giant walk full of and
That's hilarious.
I didn't see that stuff. I went to bed by then, but I grew up in that environment.
Yeah, fair.
And then I loved music my whole life. It just kind of, I don't know, fed my brain that seeked that kind of stimulation.
Yeah.
It could have been movies, it could have been anything, but music was just like, I got a keyboard, like I said, and I was just like, oh, I can play the song.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So not the chords or anything, but I could like, oh yeah, minor chord, minor key, major key. I didn't know that at the time, but
Yeah,
I always could do that. And then I got into high school and was a disenfranchised youth with home problems and all that crap. And then I met other disenfranchised youth with home problems and all that crap. Well, some of them were upper middle class, but they're the ones, they're crust punks now.
Fair.
Yeah, real hardcore guys. But
Okay.
yeah, so I don't know, it just always was fun. It was a communal thing to do with people, and it stimulated me, and yeah, I just love it.
Fantastic.
Do you was it always music, or did you ever like dabble in like photography, or movie making?
Everything. I made movies really young, like not like made movies, you know what I mean? But like I had a camera and I used to make like, put a camera on a windowsill, stand there and then walk away and then edit the time out so it looked like I disappeared and go, we'll do a fade out.
Nice.
Yeah, and I used to film my like cockatiel and my dogs and my little sister running around in a bunny outfit and like put that to like Fred Durst.
No.
And
As you do.
so I always did that. I got into animation a lot. I got into like heaps of different things, but music was the one that like all of it kind of works together in the center of content I make now because I do all sorts of crap. I got a YouTube channel picked up.
Yeah.
But music has always been the center of it. Like, even when it comes to like computers, which is something I've always been like, I've been on a computer for as long as I can remember. You know, fuck everything before Windows 7, basically.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, everything all kind of come together and worked with music. So that was always the center coming back to it. So yeah.
Cool.
Nice. A good little nucleus of music.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Wow,
full
that
of
was
mucus.
Very
Mucus.
scientific
Nucleus.
for me.
Yeah.
Nuclear.
Nuclear.
Nuclear. So we'll come back to the questions. Ali, do you have a story for us of your own doing to the Dumb Bitch Variety? Tell us about you and why you're actually here today.
Reasons why I'm a dumb bitch.
What have you done? Tell us some stories.
I work in a fast-paced job.
Yeah.
And I constantly fuck up. Like, oh, sorry, you forgot. He's a hash brown. Like, shit like that. I don't know. Okay, so I guess the most recent thing I can think of is this guy come through, obviously, early in the morning, breakfast time, and ordered a whole lunchtime thing. So we're like, hey, can you park? He's like, yeah, sure. And then we park him, we make all his food fresh because we don't serve that shit in the morning commonly. And then, you know, read his order, rah, take it all out. And then he's like, I ordered a Fanta, where's my Fanta? And I was like, huh? And then he's like, oh, I need some free food now because if I don't get my Fanta now, my food's going to be cold. And I'm like, bro, we just made it. And you're like, and I'm thinking like, if I go get this Fanta, it's going to take me like 5 seconds. Your food's not going to be cold in between that time or be in between the time it takes you to drive out of the fucking drive-thru. He's like, no, fuck you, bro. Oh, give me free food. And I'm like, all right. So we go and check his receipt. No Fanta. We take the receipt out.
He just wants free food.
Yeah, he just wanted free food. So my manager, my manager friend, because I'm a manager too, went out and was like, oh, this is what's on the receipt. We didn't get a Fanta, but we can get you one if you want to pay for it. And he's like, yep, okay, cool. Can I do that? Gave him the Fanta. He paid for it, whatever. Demanded free food. She was like, nah. And then he called us up like 2 hours later, like, oh, you got my order wrong. I'm missing a cheeseburger meal. And we knew it was him. So we're like, nah, we've served you. We know what's on the receipt. And then he just hung up on us. And we're like, how dumb do you think we are, dude? Like,
what an idiot. And like, pay for the Fanta. Why are you still asking for free food? You obviously didn't pay for the Fanta.
And he bought like, literally, he was one dude in a shitty fucking Toyota who ordered like 2 frappes and a Fanta supposedly and like a whole lunchtime meal, like multiple things of food. And I'm like, bro, it's breakfast time. There's like free muffins we sell right now. We're going to have to park you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that shit happens all the time.
So people order lunch before 10:30 or whatever?
Yeah, there's just certain product we definitely can't do.
I saw something on the topic of the franchise. I saw that they've given like a life caricature of the Burger Snatcher Man.
Hamburglar.
Burger Snatcher
Daddy
Man.
can snatch my burgers any day. I'm like, wow, why does he look like that? Smash?
Yeah, I'd smash.
No.
Marry, kill.
Ronald, Hamburglar.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hamburglar.
Yeah, how can you forget that guy? He's a criminal. He's a wanted felon.
I remember back in the 90s.
I do like the bad boy.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember in the 90s, and there'd almost always be a guy dressed up as Ronald. But they haven't done that in
Especially
years.
with like kids' birthdays.
Yeah.
I very strongly remember seeing one at a kid's birthday in our local one back before.
I
were always
wonder
creepy
if
as
the
fucks.
last nail in the coffin was 2016
What happened to
when clowns were roaming the streets.
Oh,
everywhere.
yeah.
Oh, fuck. That's right.
2017 it might have been.
That's
but-
why, yeah.
Though, imagine.
I think the magic has truly gone from capitalism at this point.
Sure.
I miss the little nugget dudes.
Right?
The little nugget guys. They'd run around, they'd bounce on the floor, they didn't have legs.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember little dudes dressed as hamburgers, but I don't remember.
Oh, yeah. They had so there was the mayor of Hamburger Town, and then he had some shit.
Yeah, some shit like that. That was
The
crap.
whole thing.
And now it's just so like, it's just advertising.
Yeah, it's just like, come get a coffee. You're fucking 30 now.
Remember all those dreams you had when you were young?
Yeah.
Drink your coffee, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Remember serotonin? Get 6 sugars.
Something I know about you is that you're an anomaly of very random information.
Mm.
Do you have any random facts that you whip out at parties or that you're like, oh, you know this thing?
I've got random facts.
Give us some facts.
So here's another random fact. So analog video VHS filming, like an analog signal, is still objectively superior to digital in terms of video surveillance.
Oh, there you go.
So digital is binary 0, and when it's off, and when it's on. So cutouts in digital are purely either on or off.
Yeah.
So if you get any kind of, video destabilization or any kind of, interruptions, that's just going to cut straight off. Analog is not like that. You can get in between signals. It's like there's a kind of meter to it. So it's not like on or off. There's an in-between signal. So when you're doing like surveillance in, like if you're trying to stop the Hamburglar, for example,
yes.
There's still a signal if the signal's degrading. So recording, surveillance on analog video format is objectively superior.
Huh.
Yeah, because it's fundamentally different to digital in that way. Like same as anything digital versus analog. Like digital has a yes or a no, on or off.
Yeah.
So if you get a CD skip, for example, it turns straight off. When you have tape degradation on an audio signal, it just gets worse, but it's still there. Yeah.
Oh, science and stuff.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
See, I wish we could just go back. I wish we never discovered digital.
Yeah, I kind of wish we just made analog more efficient.
Yeah.
And we were getting pretty efficient. I mean, and it required more technicians because we had to fix shit. We couldn't just throw it out and get a new one. Like I fixed a few VHS camcorders, and the amount of mechanical magic that they jam into a fucking small package is incredible.
Low.
Yeah, so analog's cool. And they made them smaller and smaller and smaller, and it was fun. I wish they made HD analog video, which they could.
They definitely could.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah.
It's all about the encoding process.
Lazy.
They actually still use tape in digital servers. Tape in Google servers.
Do they really?
Yeah, so because tape...
Because they know it's better.
Well, there's they call it redundancy. It's got a better redundancy. Apart from magnetic storm and interference, there's no way you can really lose shit on tape unless it burns down or something.
Yeah.
But like, there's no failure. It's not like a hard drive that can just like fuck
shit
out.
the bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So they've got these giant ass tape reels, and then you pay to put your storage on these backup servers.
That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, so they store digital information on tape through an encoding process.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then they can like,
and servers and shit.
yeah, they've got that as well.
Yeah.
But like for like long-term backup storage, they can store basically, do you remember the old Commodore 64 where you could like those old computers, you could put a tape in it and load a game on it that way?
Yeah.
It's basically that on a very high level.
Oh.
So to play back juggled audio signals and be like, yep, that's the digital information.
Ah.
Yep, re-encode it digitally, etc. Yeah, boom,
awesome.
there's your home movies, or I don't know, snuff porn or whatever the fuck. Whatever a major corporation would want to back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. All right, what else? Give us another one.
They call them power chords, but they're not actually chords.
What are they?
They're harmonic intervals because there's only 2 notes. So you've got the root and the fifth. So when everyone's like, yeah, power chords, yeah, I could just play power chords. It's like, they're not even chords, buddy. You're not even playing chords. We just say that to make you feel better. But on the opposite spectrum, jazz has a thing called double stops, which is also 2 notes, a harmonic interval. So you can either say, oh, you're a shit guitarist, you play power chords, or you can say you're jazzy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's me. So there's a nice way and a not nice way to put the same thing. The yin and yang of punk music, I guess.
Love that.
You're so jazzy.
You're so
jazzy.
Now, next time, when we ever work together again, if you ever whip around and be like, oh my God, Lucy, you're so jazzy, I'll be like, you fucking bitch.
Yeah, no, I'm actually being a super if I ever say that. But, and
what if I'm going for jazz?
You're so jazzy.
Yeah. No, but I say it with a nicer inflection. I'm like, hey, it's giving jazz.
It's giving jazz.
Giving,
yeah, exactly.
So I have to admit, when you said power chord,
okay, so you know,
I thought you meant a chord.
No, power chord on a guitar.
Yeah.
No, there's 3 signals in a power chord. There's a positive, negative, and a ground.
Oh yeah.
But these are chords?
Yes, they are real
Thank
chords.
God.
Good job.
I'm like, we're surrounded by lies everywhere.
So I was like, power. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
guitar.
Yeah, no,
Gotcha.
guitar power chords.
All right.
Most music you'll hear will be power chords unless it's like open chords, and then that's the one that sounds better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love
I know
that.
The Offspring. We're talking about Americana before.
Yeah.
All power chords.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they say most punk is done with like 3 notes,
Yeah, exactly.
and so that's what that is.
Yeah.
Essentially. Okay.
Yeah, so it'd be like
power.
by 2 notes, it'd be the root, the harmonic interval, which is the 5th,
Mhm.
perfect interval, and then they might add the octave, which is just the root, but
Mhm.
8 notes higher, and that's the power chord. I'm
Okay.
making the shape with my hand. You gotta believe me, viewers, listeners.
She's a musician through and through. Right.
Yeah,
so
I
we
know it's a ball, right?
have, we have more questions for you.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Blindside me, absolutely.
do you have any current projects that you can talk about?
Yes.
And what?
So
are they?
we've got the Tennessee barbecue burger at McDonald's right now.
I just had it. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it's just a
See?
quarter pounder with some shit on it.
$20 extra.
Eat it, you fucking idiots.
And Nery did.
I did.
Yeah, it's not
Absolutely
bad.
did.
It's not terrible.
I took a bite and was like, "Sure, I got to record."
It has like glorified mee goreng onions on it.
Oh,
You know those little
that's what
fried
that is.
shallots?
Yeah.
It's like them, but they're like half that and half Smith's chips.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shallots.
that sounds really.
You know
You
what?
should see the machine, the genetic sequencer, where we chuck in a bunch of Smith's chips and then like the mee goreng shit and press a button and it makes that.
Huh.
Genetic
Wow.
sequencing. Yeah, that's how we do it.
Never would have thought genetic sequencing was.
Yeah.
my-
Have you
High
ever seen
technology
that like movie trope where like the fly's in one side and like there's like clone the person, but the fly goes in and then it comes out as a fly person?
Yeah.
The movie that's literally called The Fly.
Oh yes.
Is that the one with
Jeff Goldblum?
It's
Jeff
Jeff
Goldblum.
Goldblum.
Yes. So that's how we make it.
He's a great actor.
We love Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Is it actually like a burger they have in Tennessee?
No, I think it's
Nery, are you fucking dumb?
It's a question.
You dumb bitch.
Dumb bitch.
yeah.
Tennesseans.
So they went to Tennessee and they're like, "Can you give us a burger?" And they're like, "We got you."
We got you home.
And then they
local
sent over-
Tennesseans are like, how disgraceful.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not happy with the representation. So I'm in a screamo, death metal, black metal, grind, noisecore, all sorts of metal crap. But it's not like douchey, you know, like I went to uni metal. It's like real metal.
Like a scrapyard metal.
Yeah, like, it's like,
Slay.
have you seen Junkyard Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. We go to a junkyard and we fucking get some random shit and make metal out of it.
That's so cool.
Yeah, no, but it's called Cute When Dead. It's like a international collective.
Cute.
I
love.
just wrote a whole album for him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and recorded it, but like obviously I just did the bones, and then they're like, "Yeah, okay, we got you," and chuck some shit on top of it. So that's gonna be really cool. Cute When Dead on streaming
Yeah, check
and
that
through
out.
BSDJ label in Japan.
Oh, wow. Check that out.
Yeah, that's cool.
So fun.
I make electronic music under Vapor Played. It's just almost about to hit 1.5 million streams.
Damn.
Yeah, that paid for my early transition clothes. I was like, I'm gonna buy a bunch of femboy socks off eBay.
Love that.
Yeah.
So to anyone listening who's worried about catching all these things, we'll leave all the links in
For sure.
the episode description as well, by the way.
Yeah. So that's the stuff that makes me look like I'm successful. And then there's then there's Patch Marks, which is just like I just do all the instruments and make that's like my serious music. Like that's like hey, look, I can play instruments music. So it's not like super artistic or cool or unique. It's just like, look, I can
What the
churn
hell
out.
are you talking about?
I can churn out the same crap everybody else is. And then there's Underdoll, which I actually like, which is like weird punk crossover electronica stuff that's sassy and gay as hell.
I love it.
Yeah,
Fun.
so that's like my main projects. And then Oshi was my old band, and I can't mention our new stuff, so
That's fair.
Yeah.
Again, watch her space.
yeah, next year sometime I'll be popping out of the womb with that one.
Follow all the things. Listen to all the things. If you don't, I'll find you and hurt your beloved.
Look, you don't even have to listen. Just like my stuff on the Instagram so I can feel better.
Just press play the music, walk away, put it on a loop.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like Yeah, just pretend to show support. I don't care if you listen to the music. I just need the clout, please. Yeah. BSDJ is in Japan. The guy's from Melbourne, though. So he moved to Japan and then started the label.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They've actually got a cool compilation on tape called Scrams in Australia, which is like noisy, screamo, lo-fi, emo music from Australia sold in Japan, which is really freaking cool. Yeah, so there's heaps of stuff going on. I'm actually wearing one of their things right now. BSDJ.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Cool, I got their name right. Yeah, I used to say BDSJ because BDSM.
Yeah. That would be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
That's the next
BDSM
project.
is pretty cool.
Who have you worked with in the past?
Oh, God. Lucy-Furr.
Oh, dog.
I love Lucy.
Yeah. No,
Someone has to.
Yeah. There's got to be something to do in Nara, and Lucy's something to do in Nara, so.
A
More ways
lot
than
of
one.
people have said that.
Don't forget, you've also worked with the voluptuous Vixen.
Oh, fuck, I have two. Yeah, that is right.
Who?
Who's
What?
that?
I remember when they were just starting, and now they're like big leagues.
Oh, God. You're right.
Yeah, so I've worked with Nery as well. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean,
Well,
we've
you
talked about working
We have
together.
worked, yeah,
I think I consulted you on something once.
We've worked together now.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm working with Nery right now. God, I mean, I've worked with so many people, but at the same time, it's like trying to remember. Been in bands with a lot of people. I'm in bands with people now. Who have I worked with? Horse-Drawn Cadillac. I did some sound and video for them recently. That was cool. They're like a happening 10-piece blues rock band. They're really cool.
What are they called?
Horse-Drawn Cadillac.
That is a really
I'm gonna
cool.
remember that.
Strong Cadillac.
That sounds like music that I'd listen to.
It does.
Yeah, they're good. You'd like them. They're really good live. I do a bit of work for El Horses in Nara, which is a like a venue.
Yeah,
No.
They do all sorts of wild music and blues and jazz and all sorts of really fun stuff.
Oh.
We don't have loud bands like punk bands in Nara, but we do have a lot of really diverse music, and it's fucking great, actually.
Cool. The music scene, like in Nara, is everything.
Yeah, it's a lot of roots music and a lot of stuff you wouldn't expect, but like it goes well here.
Yeah.
we did Shakespeare in Our Horses.
We did.
Oh, really?
I can technically say on my
We can both
resume,
say,
I am
actually.
a paid Shakespearean actress.
That's awesome. I love that. Well, that's the same way as I can say I'm like a paid musician. It's like, yeah, I played for free beers. That's pretty much the music industry.
Yes.
Unless you're born into it like some nepotist baby.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Losers.
that's how you become like, I don't know, Sabrina Carpenter or something. I don't know. Sorry, Sabrina, I'm sure you're
Please,
great.
please don't call her out.
Please
That's
don't
her,
sue
right?
dumb
I don't
bitch.
know.
I don't fucking
Yeah,
know.
it is her.
Okay,
The other
cool.
thing I knew about Sabrina Carpenter was she was on the reboot of Boy Meets World.
Oh, really?
Was he?
Yeah, I think it's Girl Meets World. Like it's the dude.
Oh,
I think it's
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Chill.
I don't know. I kind of like her.
I well,
Yeah, no, I think this is cool. It's just that's the only way to get famous is to be already famous or rich, basically.
Yeah.
Unless you're Ed Sheeran, I think that was like the last time it really happened. But then who I don't know, they probably sacrificed his parents for like Satan blood or something. I don't know.
something. Something like that. Or,
I hate
yeah.
that you're right.
On the flip side of my question, what is an artist, any artist, that you would like your dream? Like, what would you like to? Who would you like to work with?
Tyler, the
most?
Creator.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's a
that'd be
good one.
cool. Yeah, great producer, really cool music. I find like I like it when I say I don't get into genres and I like all genres. It's like Eagle was the first thing I heard by Tyler, and I was just like, this whole album is so stylized and so itself and such a piece. And I'm like, got really into it, and then I went through his whole catalog, and I'm just like, this guy's great. And he was just like any other guy who started DIY in their bedroom.
Mm.
And I know, like I said before, you know, maybe they sacrificed his blood for Satan or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, but nothing's real, nothing matters. But
And
yeah, I
Tyler,
love Tyler.
he's hilarious too.
Yeah, he's so
He's
funny.
so funny.
I guess in a more conventional sense, like dead or alive, like I'd love to cut sick with some blues musos like Steve Ray Vaughan or something. That'd be fun.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'd love to just do that old school thing, just jam. See, there's so many, but there's so many I would have said, but now it's like, nah, it's like, like if you would have asked me when I was like 15, I would have been like, the Offspring.
Yeah, exactly.
My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, exactly right. But it's like, I don't know.
My Chemical Romance, hit me up if you want. But...
Oh, yeah, seriously. I'd love to do a comic or something. The guy, he does
yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say Butler. That's the wrong one.
The Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, guy's very multifaceted, which is cool.
He makes comic books.
Yeah.
Oh, science and stuff.
And he has done the perfect, he's hit Twink Deaf and he's still beautiful.
Oh, yeah. No, I actually managed to see them in concert once. And my God.
Yeah, exactly right.
I just loved every second of it. It was so fun.
And it's so funny how you've got all those dudes that all, it's like, oh, that guy looks like that dude. Like, he looks identical to Billy Corgan. And Billy Corgan looks identical to him. And then he looks like somebody else. And it's like, how they've got, that Lindsay Lohan type.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, they all look like Lindsay Lohan. Or, white people, very diverse.
Yeah, so diverse.
It's close.
All white people look the same.
So, do you have any advice for younger versions of artists, musicians struggling to A, find their crowd, or B, find their song, find their tune?
Their niche.
Okay. I mean,
what would you say too young?
To me, I would say, if you've got good friends and they play music with them. Don't just hang out with people because they play music, because you might not like them as people, actually. I guess I would also say make sure you get a job. Because I spend
a day job.
Get some kind of day job, because really these days it really just fucking helps to have money.
Yeah.
Either that or be born wealthy, I don't know.
Just think about that before you get born. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Marry rich.
What else?
Yeah,
I mean,
sugar daddy.
I would say focus on just be yourself. As an artist, we all emulate people when we're younger. We all have inspiration, but there is so much in the world today. The most important thing you can bring to your table, or a table, not just your table, that's selfish, but bring yourself.
Yeah.
Hone in your most uniqueness and make that.
Love
Because if you're going to fail or succeed, it's very, just, make sure you do it your way.
Yeah.
It's definitely better to succeed being yourself than it would be to be successful as somebody else.
Exactly. And even in a life sense, it's better to be around people who love you for yourself.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to figure that out, because childhood trauma and all sorts of stuff. You think you need to be friends with people that are crappy to you, or you think you got to fit in, or you think all that kind of stuff. And when really, no, just do what's best for yourself. Being yourself is an act of selfishness in a way, but selfishness isn't inherently bad, especially if it helps you be a more balanced person and selfless to others.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sorry.
Reach.
Now it's getting into on therapy time.
No, that's fine.
That's fine. It's true. Yeah.
Just to stack on top of that, I was talking to a young person the other week who asked a very similar question from a performing perspective, and they're like, what advice would you have for someone? And I said that near the top of the list would be staying humble.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is very important, because you see small town queens or artists or singers or whatever make it, and then they're like, small town, those freaks. I'm like, those people built your platform.
No, exactly right. And that's something when you're young as well, is there's definitely a sense of inflated ego that comes with it. Like when I was 15, 16 and gigging and stuff, I thought I was fucking so cool, and I thought I was gonna make it,
And I got thoroughly humbled by life. Yeah. Everyone fails, everyone succeeds. It's part of it. It's growth.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
100%.
And people often fall off the horse and they're like, oh no, I'm a loser, I'm a failure. It's like, no. This is just
it's balance.
Growth.
Yeah, exactly.
You cut a tree's branches off grow.
Being a working artist or musician or a working anything is a natural decline and incline. You know, like
And
there's
it's
always going to be
always
waves.
growing.
You just got to roll with it.
Yeah.
And art is so subjective. No matter what kind of art you are doing, it is so subjective. It is not
exactly.
something that everyone's going to fawn over.
And that's exactly why I believe in making your most you thing that you possibly can. Because, like, if you please everybody, you please nobody in a way. So, you know.
And you
make
never
something.
know who's going to relate to it. You never know, like, stifling yourself or, you know, censoring yourself, limiting yourself could make it so that you don't reach that one person that might have needed it.
Exactly.
That needed that representation, that needed that one person to go, I can see you.
And I think, like, literally, like, with the music I make now, especially Underdoll, it's like the me who loved NoFX and Lady Gaga would have fucking loved this.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
That's
so
amazing.
it's
I like that blend.
Well, that's exactly that's kind of I think I'm in a lot of ways I'm somebody. I'm just trying to make my 14-year-old self proud, and it's like, who cares what some mentally ill kid thinks? It's like, I do. I'm that mentally ill kid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, inspiring talks on You Dumb Bitch podcast.
I just say
that's what we do.
The issue with not the issue, but the hard thing about all that is that with social media and stuff, everything everyone does is so like it's all curated to be life is the best. Why don't you do this? Because when I do this, I'm great, but you don't see all this shit.
So exactly.
So like all these kids are like, oh, I did this one thing, for example. Oh, I made a short film and no one watched it. Well, I'm never going to make another one.
Yeah.
Like, keep going. Like,
some people would spend their whole entire life making the most important art to themselves. And then some kid will come along called the Rizzler who does a silly face on TikTok and get millions of dollars. Like, it's not that deep, you know? Like,
it's not that deep.
Some chick go huck to on a fucking microphone and she's made for life.
And half the people who are selling these, like, this is the top 10 ways to do it, that's how they're doing it. They're doing it by selling the idea of doing it. And, like, literally, like, anybody could make that content.
Yeah. Henceforth, the fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. And it took me a long time to really understand that because it's like, I don't want to be fake. But it's like, no, you do have to uphold some sense of consistency and presentation. Being a professional is 50% looking like a professional. Yeah. Even when you're just running a business, like having a business card is half the fucking deal.
Yeah.
Haven't you seen American Psycho?
No, like, so a thing about art as well, though, like any art, any performers, a lot of the time, the people that you go, oh, these are, you know, the greats. These are the people that everyone, like Picasso. Fucking, like, Mozart.
Van
Gogh. All these people were not idolized in their time.
Yeah.
They were idolized after they died.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody knew their worth until they were gone.
Yeah, and they all died miserable and lonely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do what you got to do. Do what makes you happy now because
yeah, that's
you
right.
only have the one life and the only person that you are stuck with forever is yourself.
Yep.
What a concept.
And then we die.
Bam.
But first, pay taxes.
Yeah, that's the only other real thing in life. I can't wait for my tax return. I'm gonna buy a $2,000 giant dildo.
Yeah.
We know a guy.
I've got
right. Yeah, love that.
Are you and Lucy gonna do any more collabs together?
Yes, when our schedules allow us to. So I've got a working at home studio, and Lucy's got many notes. And it's such a collaboration. It took us a while to get on our feet with the first one, but when it clicked, it just clicked.
I haven't worked with someone so closely before to do a project like Summoned. It was fun. I've talked about it before, and it was fun. And it was good to speak to someone who's on a similar level with like the scattered ADHDness and all the vibes where I could be like, I want it to sound like and you just got it. You're just yeah. And then you weren't afraid to play around with something and be like, what do you think of this? And if I was like, yeah, nah. And it was just an easy sliding scale.
That actually reminds me too. When I worked with you for the Moana cover.
Yeah. So we recorded a voluptuous vixen cover of Shiny from Moana so that I could do my Genesis performance as Tamatella.
Yeah, that was equally as easy and just worked. Like, you know what I mean?
I remember having the best time that day. I was like, I knew that I kind of had known you, but we hadn't really talked much.
Yeah, we'd never really met, especially not as our current selves, as adults.
And we re-met, and I was like, I fucking know you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think you're my age, right? Or like, I think a year above.
You're all old.
Close.
Yeah, we are old. When we talk
that.
about the youth, we aren't talking about ourselves anymore, and I'm still coming to terms with that. Yeah.
But I remember having the funnest time, just us like bouncing ideas off each other and like giving each other the space to, think and feel in the moment.
Yeah. And reminiscing really about the old times. Like, you remember when Nara High, remember when McDonald's, remember when Nara Youth Center. Like,
remember when this band and that.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. So, yeah, that was really cool. And, like, yeah, same with Lucy-Furr and Summoned. Like, it just happened. And Lucy, because you're both performers, by the way, both Vixie and Lucy are both performers. So even though they may have been somewhat new to recording, they brought it and they were ready. And I was just like, I don't have to do coaching. I don't have to do anything. You guys just brought it, and you brought all of the spunk and flair to your audio performance.
I brought jars and jars of spunk.
Oh, gross.
Jazz spunk.
Yeah. It was
the spunk.
It was how it was the payment.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you paid off.
Yeah. What do you think
I paid
gets put on your Big Mac?
That's why it was
That's the special
That's
sauce.
why it was so good.
Yeah, it's so good.
Here's a question for both of you.
Uh-oh.
You had the idea for something.
Yeah.
How did it all come together? Like,
So-
from idea to finalization.
To absolute bop.
I didn't entirely remember the initial moment. I remember being like, oh my God, I'd love to do a song. And then Ali was just like, well, let's do it then.
Come over.
What are you doing? Literally come over. And then it took a while to like plan to get there.
Mm.
And then I got there. I'm like, these are my notes. And I hand them, I'm like, this is my rough idea. And I sent a rough idea of a similar tune vibe I wanted.
Yeah.
And we just built from there.
Yeah, essentially, I think what we did is we had a guide track and I synced up a click track tempo to it. And then we recorded just a bunch of vocals. And we're like, oh yeah, this already slaps. And this is just like a bloody, free beat.
Yeah.
So then we're like, okay, what kind of vibe do we want for the beat? And Lucy's like this and that. And I showed her some fucking work I'd done in the past from my resume. And I was like, how's this? And she's like, not this, but this.
Yep.
And then I sat on it for a while and then I came back with the beat.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what you ended up getting was not the first draft at all. We had at least 2 or 3 other versions kind of similar. But this is a very circumcised version of Summoned.
Yeah.
There was a whole verse that we cut out because I'm like,
because you went like,
that's petty.
Yeah.
Like,
bit long. Yeah.
Yeah. But now it's just punchy in the vibe and people like it, I guess.
Yeah. No, I'm really proud.
It's on literally every one of my playlists on Spotify.
Wow.
I'm a little bit obsessed. I learnt the lyrics just by
That's so. Yeah, I same here as a producer. Same as when we did the Shiny cover. That was actually on at work last night, and I was like, I like your version better. But yeah, no, I remember because as me producing, I'm always like, oh, is this good? And then the first time I saw it performed live through the speakers at the PA at the Bottle Rocket. Yeah. And then again, you showed me footage in another venue that went off.
I fucking loved that.
Yeah, that was so good. And I was just like, oh no, this slaps. Awesome. Thank God. Because I'm always, gonna look at it with my own perspective and be like, I could have done better. I suck. Like everybody feels that way about their own stuff. But it turned out so good and I'm so proud. And the artwork you did was so good too.
That was fun to put together.
Yeah. So the whole thing come together really well.
I was very similar. When it first came out, I'm like, oh, I have a song. And then I was like, oh, it's kind of cringe, but like it's trash, but in a good way. And then after people listen, they're like, what are you talking about? And then I listen back, I'm like, you know what? It actually kind of pops
I feel
off.
like it's the first hurdle you get over as an artist is you're just like, this is just my crappy little cringe thing. And then you put it out there and you're like, oh no, this is as valid as any other crappy cringe thing that everybody makes because everybody feels that way.
These days, every fucking drag
100%.
artist does a song. And I can tell you now, without going into it and putting a full stop at the end of this sentence, it's a lot better than other drag songs that I have heard. Full stop.
I can believe that.
Period.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah.
Full stop.
You gotta, I think the biggest thing is people are too scared to be cringe these days, and we just need to embrace it. Like,
yeah, no.
Maybe it's just because I'm like a millennial and I'm all about cringe.
And it's so funny though, because everything's cringe unless somebody decides it's not, and then everybody else is like, oh, it's okay to like this.
With that, so I work in youth work.
Yeah.
Now, I've hit an age and a level of giving a damn that I'm like, you know what? I've started weaponizing cringe against them because I had an interaction with a young person and they were like, I'm like, can you stop doing that? And then this young person was like, oh, GG, all good, no cap, guy. I respect you because you just ooze riz and you're the alpha, I'm the sigma. And I'm like, I don't know what any of that means, but are you threatening me?
I'm just surprised that was said like authentically, genuinely,
straight from the horse's mouth. So now when I'm encountering a group of them, they'll be like getting to a level where I'm like getting annoyed or something, and I'll be like, oh, you have so much riz. Yeah, no cap. Oh,
yeah.
Like, oh, sir, stop
saying
like,
it.
You weaponize against them.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop trying to make fetch happen. Like,
I saw that they've made Skibbity Toilet action figures now, and I thought I have been alive too long.
Yeah.
That was something really cool. So with the Skibbity Toilet thing, my girlfriend actually, because she has a son, and he is the perfect age to be into all that stuff, but she actually saw Skibbity Toilet before him and introduced him to it. Yeah, and it was really like, wow. You know, like, it's giving.
So does he not find it cool?
No, what does he feel about it?
Oh, no, he thinks it's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's like, man, Mum introduced me to this. I can't do it.
I thought you were getting ahead of the curve.
Yeah,
like, isn't this retro? And
no, it was ahead of the curve, though. Like, he didn't know it.
It was a while. Because of my coworker.
Yeah, true.
Like, what the fuck are you watching?
Like, I have no idea.
It was a little big because of the security. Like,
yeah, well, I just know it's something to do with Gmod.
No.
Yeah, that's all I know.
I got nothing.
You know, Gary's mod.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, something to do with that.
Gmod.
Look, I think my last meme era was like 2000 and... the last meme I genuinely remember being a part of was like Ugandan Knuckles.
Oh, God.
Do you know the way?
Do you know?
Like that era of memes was like the last time I was in amongst the brain rot. And I think after that, it just kind of real life hit. And
I just realized that TikTok has just basically taken over the spot of Meme Droid on my phone.
Yeah, and I don't like TikTok, so that's probably why I'm
scroll
so...
Meme Droid for hours.
Yeah. YouTube used to be the big meme place, and now it's like just a bunch of like reaction videos.
I think it was Vine first.
Like, yeah, Vine. Yeah, I remember Vine. Vine was so good, yeah.
So, Ali.
Yeah. We're all
lucky last question. Do you have anything coming up? Live shows, performances, busking, zones? Where can the people find you? What's coming in the pipeline for you?
The Cute and Dead album's coming.
Yep.
More Underdoll's coming.
Yeah.
Like I said, the band's coming next year. Immediate things, I work so much now. I'm pretty much just focusing on work at the moment.
Surviving.
Yeah, but like I'm always doing art, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I've got all that stuff. Getting braces soon.
Oh, you poor thing. No.
Yeah, no, well, it's great. Like, cause like, I don't know, having enough money to like, you know, do that kind of shit. Like,
that's good.
Yeah, exactly. And I've got goals, man. I've got things I want to do. I need way bigger tits. But no, so I guess, yeah, I'm always working on music stuff. Follow me on _TS on Instagram. That's my main. Anyone else? I don't have Facebook. I can't stand Facebook. I am an Instagram stan. I am an OG Instagram. I've been on them since you could only do 1:1 aspect ratio square images.
Wow.
Good times.
Yeah, back when everything had a terrible vignette filter, vinegar, whatever, vinegar.
You mean the one that I still use?
I still use it too, but we use it more subtly now.
Yeah, we lower the opacity.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah.
More artistic.
Yeah, no, it's giving reality now. So we live in a surrealist hellscape. But yeah, no, so I'm always doing things. Me and Lucy will do something soon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But if you want to keep up with me and what I'm doing, or if you just want to be friends or have a chat because I'm lonely and I live in this town and you guys are like my only friends,
Aww.
like out in this town that I
Now
see
I feel
in
really
real
as we
life.
talked
agency
about-
who talked.
Yeah.
No, you're fine. No, it's like that too. Me and Lucy will like not talk for like 3 or 4 months. And
I think that just happened.
it's just how it is.
I have friends that, like my best friend, I don't speak to them for ages. It's like, hey man, how you doing?
Some of my best friends, I'm like, wait, you had another kid? Like, it's crazy. Yes.
Hello. Yeah. So that is all we have time for today.
Okay.
But it's been great.
It's been fun. Yeah.
Follow Ali on all of the things mentioned. We'll share them in the episode description.
Cool.
Whenever.
Mainly Instagram.
Yeah. And we'll do the tags too. So follow the Instagram You Dumb Bitch podcast.
Hell yeah.
So just before we go, tomorrow night is Genesis. Ooh,
what round are you up to?
Great. Oh my God. Don't ask stupid questions, Nery. We have had so many performers come, go, come back, go,
Stage.
come back again. Oh,
Who keeps coming back?
everyone. It's just crazy. Genesis is popping off. It's
Nice.
cool. But we're getting closer and closer to the grand finale, which will happen.
Which venue is Genesis at?
Oh, it's at the Bottle Rocket Bar in Nara.
Thank you.
What time?
I am like
What time does it start?
It starts at 7 to 7:30 estimated time.
Drag queen time.
I am almost,
Yeah.
almost equal parts excited and nervous about my own Genesis.
You'll be fine.
Your stuff's always great.
Dear Lord, I'm working so hard right now.
She is
And
working her ass off.
lastly, after that, next week, we have our next You Dumb Bitch live show at the same bar.
And I promise I'll be there.
Yes,
this time.
and I'm going to make sure that Nery's there this time at gunpoint. And if he's not, there's a gun.
Producer won't be. Producer's rehearsing for something else.
Oh, she's famous. She has other obligations. That means, Nery, you know what that means? We'll be there unsupervised and live.
It's going to be a problem.
So come on down and enjoy your time. And if you tell us a good dumb story, you will win our new and improved prize.
Wow.
Ooh.
You better hope Glitch doesn't come. They'll probably.
All right.
True.
Well, yes, you've listened to You Dumb Bitch podcast. Thank you so much. And look out for the secret ingredient.